Welcome back to the studio, guys. Welcome back for another Two Tamers Talk. Episode 10, I think we're on now.
Double digits. Yes.
Got to be good luck, right?
Absolutely.
We're
Thanks
back.
to our loyal fans.
Yes, we have some great loyal fans in our locals.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, we do.
Speaking of locals, we didn't have a locals tonight. Or I should say last night. Because we are filming this the next day. We were pretty tired last night.
Yeah.
We had store champs last night.
We had the big store champs, guys.
First of two.
First of two, yes.
So first one is pre-ban, BT10, and all of its
two
crossfire.
Completely different formats within just a couple days of each other.
Super exciting. I mean, this might never happen again.
No.
We might not have store champs.
Yeah, I mean, so we're talking about store champs, right? We had 16. We were capped out, and we had people we had to not let in because we have a first come, first serve basis.
Yes.
So I mean, if it wasn't store champs, we would have had 20 tonight.
Oh, easy.
You know?
Yeah.
So great turnout. I love the growth that we've been getting.
Yeah. And I mean, we can talk about how you did, but you did so well it might ruin a video.
Yeah.
If we
there
say
is a
how you
video
did, your
on
final
our channel,
placing. Yeah.
A commentary, if you may, where I'm actually in it. So
yes. So you made top 2, and that's as much information as we're going to divulge.
I'm at least in the top
people
2, guys.
Yes, to watch the video.
Yes, please check it out. Very excited.
What'd you play?
So I played Crossheart.
Yes.
And I actually am really excited about our commentary video because I played against Dark Knight in the finals. So and the video turned out great. I mean, our game 1 was fantastic. Literally went to my last card in the deck.
Yep.
Games, I mean, like it went to game 3, so it is a real nail biter the entire time. Like outstanding. Definitely check it out. Great gameplay. It's not just boring Crossheart being too dominant. Dark Knight absolutely had a great game against me.
Really good counter.
I mean, great counter. So Dark Knight was the deck that I was scared of going to locals, and I played it in the first round as well. Different Dark Knight player, and I've lost to him many times before. This player, and I'm always terrified when I go against him. He knows his stuff very well, very good how he plays, and I think I just had really good luck. I was undefeated all the way up to the night into the finals. Again, will not tell you how I did because you got to watch that video.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about the decks we saw.
Yeah,
because we expected to see a lot more cross.
We did. And I was the only one.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, this is store championships. Yes, we at Wayward City Games, we love priding ourselves on our Mega Zoo. We love doing the jank. We love having unique decks, and we love a great turnout. But when it is store championships,
try hard.
It is meta all day.
Yep.
You bring your fire, you bring your A game, you play something that's either going to perfectly counter the meta, you play something that is the meta. Like, let's bring it.
Roll the dice.
Yes, exactly. So I know I played Dark Knight. I played
there was Jessmon. There was Alphamon.
Jessmon. I played a Gallimon deck.
Gallimon was there. There was a Grandis there. Actually, the Grandis deck that'll be on the channel pretty soon.
Yes, check that video out. Love his deck profile.
There was a Minerva deck.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Very good mix. Definitely expected to see more cards that were taking advantage of the cards before restriction.
Yes.
We only saw one alpha.
Right.
And like, I know my younger brother, Jacob, right. He didn't play his Sakuya because, he was talking about the Sunrise Buster. We just had a good feeling about Minerva going into the night. So I don't blame him. But, I know I played Cross because it was the last event I'm going to be able to play that deck at. Yep. Like, I'm not going to try to make the deck worse and still play it. Right.
Yeah.
So what'd you play? Oh,
I didn't play.
That's right.
I didn't play. So like I said, I retooled my Machine Digimon to be ready for
EX3,
my new guy. Hold on.
I got one.
I got 2.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So I retooled my black deck, my Machine Digimon to be black, so I can run this guy, and I am so excited to run this at the next store champ. So I did some technical stuff. I did a lot of recording. We got set up on Whatnot. So I had a lot to do that night. I was still at the shop.
The entire day was busy.
Yeah. And I was, so I ran judge. I was judge.
Yeah. It's nice having a good judge like that, especially one where you're not playing.
Yes.
A lot of times,
no skin in the game. Yep.
Yeah. We have a lot of us that do judge there at the events. Like I know people come to me, people come to you, people go to Joe and Jordan as well.
Yeah.
They're usually playing. So I've never seen a bad call made by somebody in their favor. We always get somebody who's not affiliated with the game at the moment, right? When we ask for judge questions. So it was great to see you judge on your own.
Yeah. And it was nice to be able to kind of walk around and I got to see And it definitely influenced my card of the week. I'm not going to lie. I got to see some really good card plays for sure.
That's exciting.
Great players all night. Some of the heavy hitters. We have some heavy hitters that come out from other shops just for our store champs.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely.
And it's nice to see them come out. It's nice to, catch up and see how they're doing. Everyone
see how the other side of the river does.
Yeah. Yeah. Really fun. Really, really fun night. And like you said, we were so busy all day. Luckily, EX3 did not hit the shop that day because it would have been really overwhelming for us because we recorded box openings for Brothers War, Magic.
Case opening. Don't downplay
that.
Yes.
Collector's booster case. Yeah. We 2 cases of Silver Tempest. For Pokemon that hit. And then also Dynasty for Flesh and Blood.
Finally got the Flesh and Blood guys. Very excited to see them on the channel.
Yeah.
Well, we've been anxiously waiting for them to jump on. Our Flesh and Blood guys are incredible.
The way I tried to explain that day to my wife was like, imagine if Mission Impossible, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, and like another huge movie came out all in the same day.
Yeah. And we're sitting there, doing support for all of it or involved directly in the opening as well. So.
Yeah, because we try and bring in people for each of those, so it's not just us being like,
I don't know Flesh and Blood. Yeah, how can I possibly justify how good those cards are? Yeah.
So it was a very busy day. Luckily, so they did, I won't say delay, but they didn't ship EX3 until a day later. So we got it this morning.
We have it.
We
have officially recorded our case opening.
Yes, that's going live. I almost want to make that live before Pokemon. Sorry, Thomas.
I feel like you got it. We might have to have a discussion.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was such a great case break. I can't wait.
Yes,
I can't
absolutely.
Wait. So we do have, with EX3, we did notice a whole lot of just misrepresentation by Bandai as far as can you translate Japanese to English correctly?
Yeah, well, it's not even a translation question in my mind. Yeah. Right? I mean, for example, let's just talk about Dorbic.
Let's talk about it. Let's
talk about Dorbic, right? So we're talking about Dorbicmon, who on the Japanese card has multiple brackets, right? When they talk about its effect of what you can digicross with, right? Then you go to the English version, which literally just has one bracket and it just says dragon. So, thankfully the Errata's out. So that card will be able to be played the way it was meant to be played. But to me, that's not a translation issue. Yeah. Like, how do you look at one card, even if you don't speak Japanese, and you see 3, 4, 5 brackets, and then you see the English, which has 1?
Yeah.
So there are just weird translations or something with the traits that people don't understand. I was talking about the shop. We were talking about Grand Dracmon and Dark Animals. And I even think like the BT3 Gatomon that comes out of security is a dark animal in English, but something different in Japan. I'd have to double check that for sure.
Well, we had that with rulings last night too, right? With like the X antibody.
Yeah, the Omnimon X antibody. That was definitely a good point. And we were even talking about that at lunch before the event started.
Yeah.
Not thinking we were going to see that tonight. And then we did see that.
At least 2 decks.
We saw 2 decks that ran it.
Yeah.
With that BT10X antibody and just that translation issue there. And I mean, like, guys, like, if we're playing a card game, we should just be able to pick up the card and read and then refer to a judge if there are timing instances we have questions of.
Yeah.
If there's like a specific, maybe something we need an interpretation, but not just a whole errata. Like, we shouldn't have to print out a notebook of erratas to bring with us and then expect our opponent to understand and read as well.
Well, and we gave them so much slack, right? Like Bandai, like when they came out with 1.0, 1.5, you could tell they were trying to rush that game to the US. Like, here's 3 sets into, we're gonna do our best, right? We were very patient, but it seems like it's getting worse, which is the crazy thing, right? It's like, how many erratas do we have in a set before it even hits the shelves?
Yeah.
And then we don't even want to talk about it. Imperial Dramon we just pulled.
Yeah, the Imperial Dramon is the box topper for BT3.
It doesn't even have the same Digivolving cost.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand what's going on. Like, to me, like, I can let Bandai slack on not translating Omnimon to Omegamon.
Yeah.
Making Burning Gray, which is not supposed to be a Greymon, not Vitamon. That's different. That's like a difference between the English dub and, precedents that have already been set. Versus Plesionomon, where it just says aquatic when there's so much more it's supposed to be saying.
Yeah.
Or even the Patamon. The Patamon's the worst offender. Like, you look at the EX3 Patamon and you are talking like 1 bracket is what the English card shows. When there's like 10 on the Japanese. Like Angel, Divinity, just everything yellow that card can pick up. How are you supposed to play 4 Gray Dragons? Because that card is used in that, right?
Yeah. And there's Twilight stuff too, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's a good point.
The older stuff.
We're talking about like older Dark Knight. We're talking about older Monotomons that are not classified as Twilight.
Yeah.
And like, I can let that slide with Bandai, like they don't need to errata that because you are probably going to mostly play the newer stuff anyways. Especially with the Dark Knight search, you can pick up Dark Knights. You're not picking up Twilights.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that it's like, I mean, Bandai seems to be looking ahead about kind of what they're making. They seem to give future support. I mean, they put Bogramon on the original Skull Knight from BT7 versus if you're Dark Knight or Bogger, you get security attack +1, right? So it's like they knew Bogger was going to come out.
Yeah, but Blastmon's not Bogger Army. Blastmon,
that old Blastmon
just a mineral
from BT4 is not. You're right. It's just a mineral. So, and same with the Tactimon from BT5.
Yeah.
So it's whole sorts of things where we can let those slide, but I think this EX3 one, I don't want to say it's unforgivable. We hope we don't lose any fans. We don't want anyone to stop playing the game because of this. It's still a great game. We just really opened a case. All the cards are beautiful and they deserve like that proper treatment. So I don't know if that's just like, let me just play devil's advocate here for 1 second. Let's say Bandai tried to reduce the amount of card text on the card, because when you talk about Dorbic, for example, especially when you add a whole line for Digicross, where a lot of people like complain about Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's just like a paragraph of text, right? Where they were like, oh, I hope Digimon doesn't get that. So I wonder if that's kind of what they were trying to go for. If like, oh, if we simplify this.
Yeah.
But you can't simplify it to the point where the card is no longer playable the way it was meant to be played.
Yeah, it just doesn't play. I mean, the whole deck plays different.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even go in the same decks anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so how like Dorbic, we were talking about that for Gamamon. Like those are all dinosaurs. Like none of them are dragons besides Anowise, right? Like, could you imagine if it was only dragons and they didn't errata that and you couldn't play that in Gamamon?
Well, it's frustrating in especially like competitive settings like the store champs last night, right? It's like the errata on the X antibody. Okay, well, it's like you get through an entire game and then you realize that there is an errata.
Yeah.
Maybe that 2 memory would have changed the way things went, but it's like the game is so far past, you can't just take it back, And
it sucks because you can't blame the person who was playing the Omnimon X antibody from BG10.
Yeah.
It's not his job to have to explain how Bandai rewrote a card wrong, right? It's like you kind of should know, especially when you're at the store championship level, what erratas are out there. And that's why we have a judge, so you can always ask questions if you need to, because it's not against the rules to ask the judge if there's an errata on a card, but you shouldn't have to ask that with every card.
At all.
You shouldn't have to ask that at all. Absolutely. Yeah. So it's one of those things that's just frustrating, and you hate to see players just get frustrated over an errata on a card, over things that could change the game state, change the board state, especially if you can't fix what was happening,
Yeah, you can't go back and fix it.
Yeah,
it's so far gone. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
The Bandai, get your ish together, come on, like quit giving us erratas before sets even come out. You're basically like, we printed the cards too early. Here you go.
Yep.
It is what it is. So hopefully, knock on wood, BT11, we're going to get clean cards. Give us some clean cards. Proofread. Hire a couple proofreaders,
Come on.
Hire Jeff.
Give me a call.
Yeah. He's available.
Yeah.
He'll learn Japanese.
You guys know where to find me. Come waywardcitygames.com. I will learn how to read translations and let you know if the card doesn't play the same.
There you go.
So I will tell you that Doru Gray is in fact not a Greymon.
Yeah. What is he?
He's supposed to be Doruguramon. Like Gure. I mean, like the translation was so close with the Japanese. I understand why the mistake was made, but he's not a part of the Greymon tribal family.
I got you.
We're done with him. We're done with that. Anyways.
So hopefully BT11 will be better, but we have a lot to talk about BT12.
Let's jump into some BT12.
I know we're going fast
reveals.
This week, but man, we have I got a lot of
We've been recording these all day. These past 2 days. We got EX3 decks to build. Very excited about all of this great content coming
I got
a
binder on my car. I got a lot to do, but I mean, we're not gonna let.
And the holidays are coming around. You got to spend time with family, I guess.
That's later. That's later in the month. That's next one. Okay, so we did predict last week that this week we would be done with all of BT12 reveals.
Yes,
we are.
Yes, so that's one prediction was made.
The other prediction, which was made by one of our awesome younger players, was he called.
He literally called it.
He called it off the Darkness Bagra as the other secret. He's like, that Shout 7.
Wow.
Called
Absolutely.
It.
He perfectly called it.
Yep.
Let's talk about that Shout 7.
I don't want to. Man, that card's so good.
You know what the first thing I saw on this card that just made me wonder about the state of the game and how future sets are going to look?
The fact that it doesn't Digivolve? That's what I saw.
That's what you saw.
I saw a level 7 that doesn't Digivolve at all.
I saw a 17.
Oh, that's
17,000 DP. New official highest DP. How high are we going to get this game? You know, can we get much higher, guys?
I mean, they can go. Sky's the limit, right? But then you start getting into all your IP geniuses.
Yes.
You know, where they're talking. There's already been a big kind of thread in our Discord about, okay, well, you know, what is canon for being the strongest Digimon, right? Like, so people are going back and forth with the Oryuken because it can rewrite time or something like that. Excuse me, I just play the game. These are the guys that watch the show.
That's why I'm here, guys.
Yeah, that's why he's here.
More than just a pretty face.
So we got, I mean, I see these, I just see Gundams. Like, I can't, that's all I see.
I know. So a lot of the megas, the level 6s in the game and 7s kind of do look like that. It's to me, Jessamon is the most notorious. That's why I'm not a huge Jessamon fan. But this Shoutmon, I mean, I really like the way Bandai made this card. I think the lore is perfect. You're talking about the end scene of the series where he's just calling for help from all the friends that they made on the journey along the way. They're coming together for the final fight against said Bagra, and he gets to use everything, right? We're talking up to what, 15, 16, infinite sources.
Infinite.
It says.
Yeah, infinite.
Literally, there's going to be a sideways 8. Bandai probably won't screw up that translation. I'm trying to give them props with how much I like this card and how they made it, so forgive me.
Because it's a purple card.
It uses cards from trash, so it's basically purple.
It's basically
why I love
purple,
it. Yeah, so, I mean, imagine all the fun decks people are going to make with purple Miss Memory Boost, Analog Youth, getting those save pieces in trash to be able to use later on. Absolutely great value. Impmons, you just Miss Memory Boost, whatever. Yep. I mean, like, this is such a cool card that they did such a great job making. I mean, and you had a great point. It can't digivolve.
Yep.
You have to unplay it. So
it's going to be such a great end game card. I mean,
and the
it just does everything. You know what I mean? And this is just the regular art. I can't imagine. I bet this is going to be a gorgeous alt art.
Very excited to see the alt arts come. That's probably the one we're going to see last.
That's probably okay. But I mean, between this and even the Darkness Bagra, I guarantee that's going to be an awesome alt art too. But you know, well done to our buddy in Discord for calling that. I mean, it's so cool to have the the protagonist and the antagonist of the thing as the set. That's so cool.
The secrets. Yeah, absolutely.
Super cool. So, I mean, that's the last big reveal, I think. I mean, and then, as we predicted, I mean, within like a day of them showing that, we're already starting to get the alt arts.
Yep.
We're already starting to see it. That All Force. Oh, that All Force. You already know the texture on that is going to be fantastic.
So, let me know in the comments what I missed, why this became such a meme. Why was everybody posting people's faces? I mean, like, I know he's holding his hand out, but it's just so funny how those memes happen.
Yeah.
It's cool artwork for sure.
And then we kind of went back and forth on this one because this
on the War Greymon that is in black, not Black War Greymon.
Yeah. At first, I was told this was Black War Grey. I'm like, that's ugly. I hate this card. That is a terrible altar. And they're like, no, it's just a War Grey. I'm like, I still don't like it.
See, I like this card. I'm a huge fan of this one.
It's all right. I mean, the texture will be great, but it's just not. He's just not mean enough in this picture. Like they did such.
War Grey's a hero. He's not supposed to be mean.
Oh, whatever. They did such a great job with like Black War Grey and stuff like that. Like making those cards so textured and dark. And I mean, there's been good War Grey alt arts too. Even the BT1 War Grey, like where he's like got is it the head or
it's
something?
Almost like bloody too.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, Jesus.
So
not wearing his Dramon destroyers there. Like,
just give me a textured version of that over this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dual color. It's interesting though because it's a dual color that only digivolves on black.
I didn't even realize that it only digivolves on black until you pointed that out. That's very interesting. I completely missed that. However, it does have the alternative digivolution cost where you could digivolve on a red metal gray.
Yeah.
Right? But
it's meant to go tribal for sure.
I didn't realize that at all. Yeah. Wow.
And then just this morning we got the tie.
This tamer, I don't think the picture that we have is going to do it justice. I see in person.
It never does with the texture.
We were just talking about this with EX3 opening, where Analog Youth and that Hina, those white cards, the white tamers, when they are alt arted and they have the color, like you have to see it in person with how beautiful it looks. I think this is going to be one of those examples where it's going to be full of texture. It's going to be just really pop. So I'm excited to see this one in person. I do think initial pictures may be a little bit disappointing, but I think we're really going to have to see that one in person.
I think so too. I mean, and there's still so many alt arts to go. I can't wait to see that Chaos Dramon X Antibody alt art that's still yet to be revealed.
Yeah.
Ooh, just go as dark as possible, Bandai. Just dark, mean. Put some blood in there. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do whatever you got to do. I can't wait to see what that looks like. So coming out of locals / store champs.
Okay.
I know that we both had a lot of influences this week as far as cards of the week. And so mine's just, I'll go first.
It's your turn.
I'll go first. It is my turn. Right? Maybe. Okay. So mine was influenced just basically on how much I saw this card tonight.
And you had a good bird's eye view of it.
It really slowed decks down, and it was aggressive, and it slowed decks down. And it's I'm just gonna throw it out there. Crimson Blaze.
Great card.
Fantastic card. So many times I watched like Jessmon get hit by this.
Yeah.
Ooh, so good.
Yeah.
Like I did not realize that it was played the turn prior.
Yeah.
And I'm like watching this Jessmon player. Like he had his board cleared. He was able to get board cleared except for 2 level 4 Sistermons, right? He was able to Chimera, tuck the one of Savior Huckmon, the good one, right? And then Digivolve on the Chimera with the Jessmon X, Blitz. And then he wasn't able to play the 2 Sistermons that he should have been able to play.
Because the Crimson Blaze has a whole nother effect.
Yeah, such a good card. I'm just like, I didn't say anything, obviously, but I asked him after the match. I'm like, you misplayed, bro. I was like, you didn't play. And he's like, I couldn't. He played I'd missed the Crimson Blaze play.
Got it.
Yeah. And he's like, no, he played Crimson Blaze. And I was just, man, you lost that game because of that.
Crimson Blaze did work against me too.
Yeah.
So Crimson Blaze has another effect that's awesome to talk about. You reduce the cost by 1 for every opponent's Digimon, right?
Yep.
You could potentially make that free. You could play for 2, you could play for 3, and it's only a 6 cost on its own, so it's not even that bad. Yes, that 6K is a little low, but my opponent who I played against was playing it in Gallimon, and I love Crimson Blaze at Gallimon, especially with all of the effects that increase the DP threshold by 1K to where now you can kill 7, 8s, potentially even 9Ks, all of them for a reduced cost. So it was a great move by opponent. When he played the Crimson Blaze, he deleted 2 of my ballistas, and then he even slowed me down on the next couple turns because anytime he would play that, Crossheart, I play Tamers to play bodies.
Yeah.
So it's like I even at one point played a Tamer and then played a body because I was at 3 memory. So I played a Tamer, then played a body, and it was like instead of just playing the Tamer to play the body for free. So the amount of impact Crimson Blaze has is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Great card choice.
And I think it would have been good too if your opponents would have played against it because it's good against Dark Knight.
It just works against everybody. Yeah.
So speaking of that, I already know what your card of the week is.
You spoiled it.
I did spoil
Let's talk about it. BT10 Dark Knight Mon is my card of the week. So this is one of those where all week I was just so focused on store championships and I did not want to do another card from Crossheart as a card of the week because I mean we're all tired of the deck anyways. It's a thank God for the restriction, right? So honorable mention to the matchups I was most terrified with. I mean, I had a great night, but Dark Knight Mon, man, always messes me up. I mean, you can digicross it, it digivolves, it deletes,
plays bodies,
I mean,
adds bodies to hand.
Yeah, it's everything you want in a card is in the Dark Knight deck. The whole Dark Knight deck is such a cool deck. I really wish we would have had more time, and maybe we need to get one of our Dark Knight players to try to get their decks on the channel next time. That's what we were trying to do anyways. We just ran out of time. But the whole Dark Knight deck, the whole Dark Knight package with everything is just so fun, so unique, has great toolbox, outstanding card. I don't even know what else to say about it. It just does so much. So my card of the week, BT10 Dark Knight Mon. Honorable mention to the BT7 Dark Knight Mon because the artwork's fantastic and it also plays 2 bodies when it's deleted. But definitely the BT10 one is awesome.
It's a nuts deck, man. It's a nuts deck. And we talked about this. Like, we probably had the least amount of testing all the way around against that. So I'm happy I didn't play this week for Store Champs, and I'll play on Saturday.
Oh, there you go. You'll play against it on Saturday.
I'll probably, I think I know at least one of those 2 players is going to be playing D Brigade because D Brigade's going to be nasty
with all the new
because
stuff.
We're going EX3. Yeah.
Yep.
So very loyal, like just Dark Knight players. They just love playing black.
Yeah.
So, and man, that deck, like we said, crazy toolbox, does everything. What a great card of the week. One I didn't expect you to pick. I mean,
no, neither did I. That's just how much it impacted me last night, So,
all right. Well, we got a quick one today because we got a couple other things we want to talk about.
We want to talk about EX3.
We did it, guys. We finally got it. For everyone that was so skeptical, they're like, it's going to get delayed. It's going to get delayed. Now, Bandai's like, give us your money. It's here. It landed in our shop today. We were able to get our hands on some for some videos and stuff. Just for some promotional stuff. What fun did we have cracking that?
It was
we cracked a case.
It was a blast.
It'll be up on the channel soon, but oh man, we got some fire pulls that I feel like every set they take the texture to the next level.
They really do. They absolutely do.
Yeah. And we're talking about ratios. Make sure you check out the video because the ratios in this deck or in this are far better than BT10. You're getting more alt arts. You're getting a possibility of more alt arts and another secret. You know, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. I know, like, we almost pulled everything we wanted.
Yes.
As far as what we need to play with almost all alt art. So I don't think you need to buy 6 boxes or a case. Like, the singles also right now, if you're checking out the market for pre-sales, are not as bad as they are for like normal sets.
Yeah, but I definitely think you should wait.
Yeah.
You know, like it's with the market being flooded with the gift boxes, a lot of people going heavy on the gift boxes.
Yeah.
These cases just not even out yet until Friday. So I guess they will be out the time this video airs.
Yeah. This will air tomorrow.
This will air. Sure. This will air on Friday.
Yeah.
Just like with any of the sets, just wait for the prices to drop.
But they've already, I mean, they're already, like when you're looking at BT10 prices and stuff, I'm like, I agree. Don't buy these yet because they're only going to go down from here. But when you're talking about base pre-sale prices, this is not a terrible way to start. I mean, because normally you're talking about sometimes 5 to 8x what they're going to go for in 3 weeks, you know?
Yeah.
For the alt arts. So, I mean, it was such a fun thing to crack. I mean, I don't think any of them were like super disappointing.
Yeah.
But there were a couple where I was like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I really do like everything that we pulled. It was a great video. The only thing that, like, when you're talking about EX sets, you're talking about a lot of bulk, right? Because you're talking about there's only 76 cards in the set, something like that.
Yeah. So since we're talking about EX3, since we're talking about some disappointing alt arts, and we here like to end on a high note, let's have some fun and talk about our least, or maybe our most disappointing alt arts of EX3.
Okay.
Right? And you want to go first? You have one that just like kind of disappointed you that like, or it's your least favorite of the alt arts at the set?
Not necessarily one.
Yeah.
You
can get more than one because you know I am too.
I just don't like I don't like the tamers in the pictures.
You don't like the tamers?
That's not my thing.
You're talking about on the Digimon cards?
I mean, if you're going to do it in the promos. Like we got a couple sets, like 3 sets ago or whatever. Got it. Like, it's just weird. Like you have this, like the volcanic Dramon, right? Like,
and the metallic Dramon with the tamer on it.
It's such a crazy card. And then there's just like this little cartoon girl in the corner. You're just like, okay, like it was a crazy dragon though. And like,
it should be more like focused around that.
Just keep it on the dragon, man. I don't
care. Yeah.
And then like, you know, I know your favorites and your styles are just like, they went with like some crazy style choices.
They did.
Because you went like,
they really did.
You look at them and some of them are like super crisp and like crazy good fire. And then some of them are like pastels and really flat. And I know those. Yeah. I mean, what do you think?
So for me, I have 2 cards specifically that stand out as my most disappointing. I'll start with one that I do like the alt art. I do think it's a good card. I think it's beautiful. I just wanted more out of the Aegis Dramon alt art.
Gotcha.
I felt a little disappointed. I think I was just very excited and hyped it up in my head. I mean, I know obviously it's been like revealed for a while, so we knew what they were going to look like. But, you know, there's a difference between seeing them in person will change your mind.
Yeah.
And the texture is absolutely fantastic. I think the problem is when you have such large Digimon, especially we were talking, or you and I weren't talking about this, but the card that comes to mind is like Eldoradimon, that green turtle that's just a giant island with like a castle on his back. Like, or Sarismon, right? When they are such a massive Digimon with so much going on, it is hard to capture everything that's going on. And Aegis Dramon does fall victim to that. I still do really like the card. Very, very excited to have my set in hand right now that I'm, actually holding. So very, very excited for that. But my least favorite card is the Hydramon alt art. Oh, okay. So for a multitude of reasons, I'll just talk about one. And like, if you guys know me on this channel, I don't like this artist. I just don't like his style. Yeah. Nothing against the guy. I think he's very talented. We were even making a joke in my last video where I can't draw anything worth a darn. I'm a horrible artist. I can't even draw a stick figure straight. So it's not like I can do better, right? It's like the style choice, like you were talking about with the tamer.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just not a fan of the choice of style. Yeah. But the Hydramon, man, I mean, do we even need to talk about it? Like,
I'll pixelate it and put it on screen if you want. Yeah.
God. All right, guys, let us know, please, what your least favorite alts are. And now we're going to do the opposite. Jesse, please, let's end on a positive note. What cards just blew you away this set?
Definitely. I mean, if I'm looking at them, I mean, obviously, I'm the Chaosdramon's an easy one. I'm
the
not
texture is so unique on it.
It is very.
It's
very good.
so good. It might get my vote for best of the set.
It's pretty close, man. Like,
yeah,
oof, that's gonna be my. I mean, I have to say it's my favorite.
It's beautiful.
Just because, not necessarily because I think it's the best in the set, but it's the most anticipated for a lot of us machine players.
Yeah,
because we've been stuck with at best the pre-release Chaosdramon.
Mm-hmm.
To accent that already amazing Machine Dramon that we got from EX1, like that just set the standard for the deck.
Yep.
And then having to put that ugly Chaos Dramon over it, now you have another textured, beautiful card that can go with it.
So nice.
It's so nice.
Just absolutely blew me away when I saw it in person. I feel like when I saw pictures of it, especially when a card is primarily black, especially with red, sometimes it's hard to see the depth of the dynamic.
Yeah.
Absolutely blew us away when we see it in person. It's beautiful.
Then the next honorable mention is definitely going to be that Dark Dramon. It is.
You took it from me.
Oh, was that yours?
Yeah. That's I got other cards to talk about. Don't worry. So this takes one away from me because they're tired of hearing me talk. But the Dark Dramon, my God. It's got like the rain. The texture is incredible. Like every angle you look at, I'm literally holding it in my hand right now. Like looking at it, it's like, oh, it's so nice.
What was the card with the scales? Because that one was really impressive to me. The Slayer Dramon.
Yeah.
It has a very unique texture to it too.
Yes.
Like when you guys
absolutely
look at it, check it out.
It's just so nice.
It's so nice. I don't know. I could probably try and get it on cam. But
I feel like a lot of these cards aren't doing it justice. You know,
probably
it's like
not. But
hard to
this,
see.
Nah, you're not gonna be able to see it. But there's this texture up in the corner. It's got the rain on the bottom, but then there's just scale textures all behind Slayer, and I love that. It's just they're really stepping their game up with the textures. They're really making cards unique. They're really making alt arts very desirable, rather than just like here's a rarity. It's higher. You want this card. It's like, no, you want this card.
I think
it looks beautiful, especially the top end cards that sit at the top of your Digimon and they're your boss monsters. You know, you're not covering these up. So nice. So nice.
So I actually got to be the opposite for a sec. I love this Dracomon level 3 altar.
The one you cover up with.
You cover it up. Yes. The artwork is perfect. It's like my favorite style. It's just a nice, clean Digimon in the center. Very vibrant, great texture around it. Tons of unique things going on in the background. Good Digimon choices next to him to complement the color scheme. The Dracomon's beautiful. Absolutely. I'm not even going to play Examon, I don't think. Like, I might have to after seeing this Dracomon and the Slayer Dramon that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But the Dracomon looks fantastic. I love when you have like a good searcher that's just an on play that just looks beautiful.
Yeah, build it, test it. Do it all, man.
But I'm going to have to give, I think, Megidramon my favorite alt art of this set. It is just so menacing. It looks like an evil boss. Just like the way the swirls are in the background with the texture are so unique.
Pretty sure it's got Gallantmon turning his back to him too.
It's just like absolutely incredible. Like it is just
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Well, so you guys got that to look forward to because the shop has EX3. So get down there, buy the EX3 while it lasts.
Pick them up online if you need to. WaywardCityGames.com.
Yeah. Feel free to buy them out. If he runs out, he said he's totally down to order more. So this is going to be a crazy set. I mean, I don't think this changes a lot of decks. I mean, other than like Machine Dramon, it changes, but this is just a lot of new stuff. You know, it's going to make D-Brigade strong. It's going to make Bloom Lord even more menacing. You know, and then you have a couple new ways to play the game with the Great Dragons and stuff like that. So very, very cool. I thought you were going to say the Tamer for sure.
I really do like the Tamer.
Honorable mention. Yeah.
I was just holding the cards in my hand and I didn't pull any of the Tamers in my half of the case, so I forgot about it. It's gonna look so good.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
All right, guys, we're gonna close this out, but first, we have an exciting video for you guys coming up. Very exciting. One that I've been excited about. One that we didn't necessarily plan until we already did the thing.
We just knew, I guess, to do this, and then we kind of came up. Like you came up with the idea. It was brilliant.
So we all got online. And we've been, I mean, if you've been watching the channel, you know that we opened 3 cases, 3 of Cross Encounter because we're hunting that elusive Ghost Alpha, right? Didn't pull it out of 3 cases. Nope. We had 2 pulled in the shop, just not out of the lucky cases that we picked.
Great pulls of them. Good job.
So we're kind of looking at the market. The prices are dropping a little bit. Cross Encounter is kind of near the end of its opening. Like you don't see people doing mass openings anymore. So I think pretty much all the alphas that are out there until people start buying nostalgia, looking for that card. Especially like with the restrictions and stuff, like Cross isn't going to be like that crazy of a set to buy and crack. So we decided to pull the trigger. First, I bought one. One alpha's in here.
Yeah.
And then I
Do I have to get my envelope? Do I have to get mine?
You're good. He's got his.
It's in the room, I promise.
So then Jeff bought one.
Yes.
And then Jacob, another friend of the channel, bought one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep them sealed.
We
bought these sight unseen on TCG Player.
Correct.
So I bought near mint, quote unquote. You bought near mint.
I did.
Unquote. And then we're gonna see what the difference is because Jacob bought a
lightly played. So we're talking 3 different price points too. I think yours and I's were pretty close.
Pretty close, yeah.
But Jacob's was drastically different. So we're gonna do a side-by-side comparison and see what it looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna keep them sealed, and we're gonna do a unboxing together, and we're gonna see because if you don't know, if you haven't watched prior videos, these were tragically cut horribly at the factory. So we're rolling the dice. It's a 100% high dollar roll.
Strictly for your guys' entertainment, nothing to do with us. We don't even want these cards, right, guys?
Oh yeah, right. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see who won the day.
Yes,
but it's gonna be a very high dollar unboxing.
Yes,
but it's gonna be fun. We'll make it a fun video. We'll probably do something else. I'll probably open a box of something and crack it in the middle. Have fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun video. But that's what's coming up. We have tons of decks to build. I have tons of videos to edit, and we have a lot of fun to be had. I got a lot of content to get out to you guys. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. The subscribe is very, very important. We want to get to 1,000 as fast as possible. The next step is just hit that 500 mark.
So close.
Speaking of that, follow us on Whatnot too. We did start on Whatnot. We're already at 200 followers on Whatnot.
Wow.
Yeah, Thomas has been doing giveaways. If you guys like Pokemon, get on there. Thomas is doing
crushing
giveaways
it
left
Pokemon.
And right. He's just giving stuff away. We're trying to get all these people to come to our channel. Come check us out, hang out, party.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing that full time at the shop. It's going to be a lot of fun. Setting everything up for it. Got some great giveaways, great free stuff. If you like free stuff, and if you want to see us do Digimon, we can do Digimon. EX3 would be a great set to do on Whatnot.
That would be a lot of fun, huh?
Pull rates are amazing. So, yeah, feel free to check us out. Any last words, my friend?
Nope. Live long and prosper.
What a weird choice. All right, bye.